Alright, I think I have everything set up like it's supposed to be. Alright, welcome back. I will be playing. Excuse me. Oh, wait. I had. Oh, okay. That's nice to know. Alright, welcome back. I'm playing Our Life because. Because. Okay. Having trouble coming up with ideas for my own Otome game. So the best way to deal with, like, my mind block, art block, or whatever you call it, is to play a game. Obviously, that's the real answer. So this is research, and anyone who says it's not research is a dirty liar. If you don't know who I am, because I didn't like introduce myself, I'm Black Gummy, and I'm just gonna play, and this is how I'm gonna live my life for the next like maybe hour. So I forgot where we last left off. I forgot what my name is as a character, but I'm sure it's not that important. Uh, all I know is that my goal is to date Derek. Will I make it to my goal? Probably not, because this game is actually really long and I've added a lot of DLC. So let's just try some DLC out because it seems like fun. Actually, don't I meet Derek in one of these? Let's just try a long day. All right, let me. So weird. No, no, no. Um. Oh, there's supposed to be music, but I can't hear it for some reason. That's because I didn't put my headphones on. Okay, never mind. I'm just dumb. It was another scorching summer day, the kind where no sooner had you finished one cup of water, you're already filling it up again. I know those days. That's where you go outside and then you drink out of the hose. So good. I don't know why that water is so good. I know everyone's talked about it before, but the shit is like super sweet. I hope that's not bad for us. I don't know. You never know nowadays. Everyone else had something on, so that afternoon it was just you and Shiloh. This didn't. Oh my glasses. I need to be able to see. Okay. Gotta get a cleaning cloth. Can't have my eyes be cloudy. So y'all who don't wear glasses, y'all can't wipe off your eyes and stop them from being cloudy. But I can. Okay. All right. So something about Shiloh. This didn't happen much, especially since COVID had arrived. Um, Without Lizzie around, Shiloh looked to you for all the answers. It made you feel, hmm. I'm gonna put like nothing really because I just as much as I like Shiloh, it's more like he's like a little brother and he's so young. Like I feel like if Lizzie was there, he wouldn't even like pay any attention to our character. But like whatever. I don't know. I don't care. Shiloh went along with whatever you wanted, so he wasn't a bother, but he also wasn't that much fun. You drained yet another drink and frowned at the empty vessel. Your thirst was gone, but you still craved something icy cold and refreshing. Something sweet. Something like ices. Now, I fucking wish we had some ices right now. Or anything. I mean, I'd be happy with any dessert right now. I don't know why, but I've been craving desserts more. I think it's just because it's getting warmer. Although I don't leave my house, I can still tell it's getting warmer. A popsicle, an ice cream cone, and an ice cream sandwich. Yeah, an ice cream sandwich does sound good. I haven't had one in a good long time, and like they're pretty tasty. I like how they smush or like. Never mind. Never mind. You crave soft ice cream sandwiches between two cookies. There was nothing like that to be found at home. You knew that without needing to look. Your moms didn't keep sweets in the house. Same, same. My mom never kept any sweets in the house ever. Like, I mean, sometimes we did. We would get like Oreos for like a year or two. All we would buy is pineapples. I can't even eat pineapples anymore. Like, it's not nasty to me. It's more just like they make my throat itchy. Like, that's how often I had pineapples, which I guess wouldn't make sense because like it sounds like I have an allergy, but I don't know. After a while, that shit used like would irritate my throat, the back of my throat. So I would just kind of get sick of it. Outside, there was plenty of places where such goodies could be obtained, but there were shops and demanded payment in exchange for their products. You sighed, you voiced your predicament aloud, you asked Shiloh for help. Let's make this into an adventure, have a good time. Let's ask Shiloh. Shiloh, do you have any money? Oh, let me check. That was easy. You felt like you should tell him why you were asking. Thanks, I want an ice cream sandwich, but my mom's don't keep any here. Shiloh rummaged in his backpack. Wait, am I taking money from a baby? I forgot how old my character is. I feel like my character's like 10, and then Shiloh's like 6. That's stealing from a child. I mean, I don't feel too bad about it though. Shiloh rummaged in his backpack and proudly produced an assortment of coins plus one stray button. You could put that button back. You set the button aside, yeah, and counted the coins in neat piles. Just over $1. You announced this to Shiloh. He had almost certainly come to the same conclusion, but he'd been watching you expectantly. What? Are you trying to say that Shiloh can count faster than me and is smarter than me somehow? I rebuke that. Mostly because that makes me feel bad. Because I know that any child at my big grown age can probably count faster than I can. It's definitely not enough. I don't know what time we're in, but like in this day and age, $1 ain't gonna get you shit. We need at least $2 just to get one. Shiloh beamed at you. We'll need to find some more. Oh, my name's Jackie. Is that what I call myself? I don't remember anything I did before. Um, okay. The two of you lifted couch cushions, stuck tiny hands down deep crevices in the sofa and under furniture, and scoured the back of drawers. Most of what you found was useless or gross. Bent paper clips, fluffy wisp of dust, or sandy crumbs, but every so often one of you would strike silver or bronze and add it to the growing pile of coins. Dusty and disheveled from checking every room and squinting into every tiny nook, the two of you finished pulling your finds. Shiloh held his breath as you counted the coins once again. Bro, I remember doing this. This is actually pretty nostalgic because my sister and I would do stuff like this too. I think there was one time we tried to order pizza and like we didn't have exactly the right amount of coins, but we were able to like somehow pull it off. Uh, those are rough days. Rough days, man. When you had to really pull it in to like get just one pizza. Now I eat a whole pizza by myself. I'm different. I'm built different. $2.53 and two buttons. Why two buttons? You didn't know when the second button had decided to join the party, but you were too pleased with their successful haul to throw it out. I don't know how we're gonna afford ice cream with $2.60. Like I'm actually very confused. I feel like they're forgetting tax. Is that enough? No, I don't fucking know. You figured he knew the answer without looking to you for confirmation, but the thrill of your success and the reward that would follow canceled out any other feelings you might have had about that. Yeah. Well, I'm glad someone confirmed it because I really don't know. You could now afford something at the shops, just one thing, but that was infinitely better than none. Oh, I was right. I was like, I knew you could only afford like. I mean, if you're buying candy, you could probably get two. Shiloh clapped his hands. Yay! Until you dash outside, the promise of sugar boy. Onto your destination, where breathless but happy, you stared at the overwhelming number of options. You knew what you wanted, but it wasn't just you who had contributed the funds to get the treat. He seemed to notice your pause. Aren't you getting an ice cream sandwich? Charlotte asked as though he was entirely separate from the decision, rather than someone with a stake in the outcome. Damn it. Outcome. Do you mind? Charlotte cocked his head to the side. It was your idea. You should choose. I realize Shiloh is like not really like. I try to treat Shiloh as a person in every route that I do, and I always like try to confirm with him, like, are you really sure it's okay? And then you try to get something you both wanted anyway, and like he doesn't really seem to care about that. I don't really get it. I don't get this character. I don't understand like why he likes to be led around by the hip. I don't get it. But I'm gonna do what I want. You were thrilled that Shiloh wasn't going to be an obstacle between you and your original choice. Without wasting another second, you exchanged cold, hard cash for equally cold but less hard dessert. Finally, the reward of all your hard work was in your hands. You bit the ice cream sandwich. The chewy chocolate biscuit complemented the creamy vanilla ice cream inside. You, you held out the Shiloh so he could take a turn. He shook his head. He didn't want any? After everything he did to help get it? That was weird. Yeah, I don't know. See, this is what I'm saying. I don't get Shiloh. I don't get this character. But you accepted the offer. You tried to include Shiloh. You hesitated. Ah, we're just gonna continue to do what we want. There's no point arguing. It was already melting under the rays of the sweltering summer sun. You really tucked back in, the cold, sugary treat quenched you in ways that the water just couldn't reach. Until you began to head back home as you ate. You were glad, too, to get the treat all to yourself. Only half wouldn't have been nearly as good. Even so, you couldn't help but wonder what Charlotte was thinking. You walked side by side on the shore in silence, but your thoughts kept drifting to the boy beside you. Why didn't he speak up for himself? It was almost as if Shiloh didn't know how to say what he felt or was too afraid to. I figured that was my problem and I didn't care. Are you scared of me? You thought that was kind of sad. Are we friends? That last one's kind of a doozy, ain't it? I kind of want to ask if you're scared of me. What if I just saved real quick and it was like, are you scared of me? Child opened his eyes widely, seeming caught off guard by the blunt question. No way! But you don't tell me things. Like what you want to do or what treat we should get. That's not because I'm scared. It's because you have better ideas than I do. Oh. I shouldn't expect too much from a 6-year old. I thought you would have stronger opinions. I think it's just because we're used to the sister character and also I'm a grown woman. These might be it. Unfortunately, this was yet another thing you couldn't entirely believe Shiloh on. You hoped it was true and that he really did feel okay around you, though. Shiloh made you unsure about setting a label on the experience of spending the afternoon with just him. There have been good times and there have been confusing ones. You were positive of one thing, at least. The treat was delicious and that was nice. The sun was low on the horizon as you returned to your neighborhood, and there you spotted two very familiar figures up ahead, Lizzie and Cove. You opened your mouth to make your presence known to them just as you saw the tears on Cove's face. What? Hold up now. You walk straight over Shiloh at your heels. Once there, you defend code. Took a moment to make a joke. Usually cause trouble. I'm gonna ask what happens. See, I'm not an instigator. I'm not gonna come over there and be like, my sister did wrong. Nope, we don't do that to our own. Without a time machine, the only way you were gonna find out was by asking the witnesses. Lizzie might have done something, but she could have been in the wrong place at the wrong time, or even come to Cove's aid. You wanted to hear the story. Cove, what happened? Jackie, I got yelled at. By who? I know I was yelling at him last time. He was being a little shit. Some grandparents got mad at me. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, now I know where we are. Oh, sorry. Lizzie jerked her head in the direction of a nearby house. Your heart sunk. You know exactly what had happened. Every year, the same mean old couple rented out that condo for the summer. You, Lizzie, and Shiloh knew to stay away from them, but Cove couldn't have. They're like that with everyone. Even your mom struggled to find anything nice to say about them, but the elderly pair particularly took offense to kids. Yeah, Lizzie said. Oh, yeah, Lizzie said. Lizzie drew herself up at that. She looked pointedly in your direction. I was helping. Uh, the sass, the cheek. I didn't even say anything. I didn't accuse you. That's cool. Is there anything I can do? No, I'm just gonna stay away. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. Or we could throw eggs at them. Or you could teach them a lesson. There was a devilish glint in her eyes. What? You should ding dong ditch them. Go ring the doorbell and run. It'll be great because they're so slow. They'll never catch you. Or throw eggs at their house. That's dumb. I don't want to go near them ever again. Never again. Yes. Yes, I am. Cove glared but didn't take the bait. Lizzie turned to you. You're not a chicken, are you? Yes. Yes, I am. Yeah, cluck cluck. You'd rather just avoid them. You thought they deserved worse. I'll do it. Let's be a petty little shit. Yes. Usually I'm a very nice person in these games. You're not seeing that right now because like I've already played this game like 3 times. But nah. We're gonna we're gonna be a little shit. You scrunched up your nose in disgust as you shook your head. As pranks go, it was pretty weak. They would answer the door to find nothing there, so what? It'd be sort of annoying, but they seem like the kind of people that would be irritated by about anything. If they were going to open the door, there should be something bad there. That'd be letting them off too easy. You felt 3 pairs of eyes staring at you, but you were studying your surroundings thoughtfully. There wasn't much around that they might dislike. I'm about to be a little shit. They're gonna like, please don't do this. Inspiration came crawling towards you in the form of a roly-poly bug. Carefully, you lowered your hand and let it climb onto your palm. That should do it. He had never met an adult who appreciated bugs. Let's ding dong ditch and bug them. Yeah! We'll go hide. Run as soon as you hit the bell. Good luck. Lizzie and Shiloh ran across the road to take shelter in the bushes. Even once they settled down, you could make out two child, child-sized shapes staring from between the leaves. Yeah, that's how. Yeah, you knew where to look for them though, so you told yourself that the grouchy old people wouldn't spot it. Cove sighed. His gaze flickered to the house and then back to you. Don't get caught. I'm probably gonna get caught. My life experiences have taught me that I am really clumsy, and I like it. Oh, I just trip over myself all day. I mean, like I get so nervous that I kind of fall over myself trying to get to the thing. There's many times people have just like pointed out that like you don't have to stretch stuff out. It's fine. And I'm like, no, no, I can do it. I guess I'm like shaking and like really concentrating really hard so I can get it right. There's many times people pointed. Is this one picture I took while I was in Japan and like the instructor was like laughing at me. It's not in the picture, but it's just a memory I have before we took the picture. He was just laughing at how I was just like so anxiously trying to get the rhythm of these drums. Good times. I don't ever change. It'll be okay. He went to join Lizzie and Shiloh in their hideaway. The weight of the three pairs of eyes on your back was heavier than anything you carried before as you approached the door. You stared down at the little bug still wriggling in your closed hand and carefully placed it on the ground where it could be seen, but off enough to the side so it wouldn't be stepped on. I'm bringing it, duh. You slapped the buzzer and ran. Blood thumped against your eardrums with every step. Would you make it in time? Approaching the hiding spot, you knew that there wasn't time to go around the bushes as the others had done. You took a shortcut, leaping over them. Or to be more accurate, crashing to the top of the bushes, then falling over to the other side. Just hearing the squeak, it was Shiloh who cushioned your fall. Shh. Lizzie put a finger to her lips and nodded at the house. You disentangled your limbs from Shiloh, spun around to see the old man framed in the door, peering back and forth suspiciously. You covered your mouth with your hands, but it wasn't enough to stifle your giggles. Maybe he spotted one of you, or maybe it was the leaves you displaced while jumping, but he locked eyes with the bush, stormed over in your direction. Shiloh gasped and looked to Lizzie. Run. I knew we were going to get caught. Your sister did not hesitate to take her own advice. Neither did you. Shiloh Cove, with just the one fully operational arm, took a little longer to get to his feet, but still caught up to Shiloh with ease. As you made your escape, you thought of yourself that he didn't even notice the bug. The old man's hollers propelled you off from the street to the sanctity of the hill. Only once you were safe did you notice the stitch in your arm and the ache of your legs. You flopped down, the blades of grass tickling your face. Lizzie, who had taken the lead in the end, was already lazing on the ground. The four of you took a moment to catch your breath and enjoy the feeling of cool grass against your skin. Hey, Cove. Cove lifted his head. I tell you there were mean grandparents around here. Cove rolled his eyes and decided this wasn't dismissive enough and rolled his whole body away from your sister. Rude. Lizzie chose to ignore his response and started chatting to Shiloh, who eagerly joined in the conversation. In the back of your mind, you knew you'd be second fiddle against Shiloh once Lizzie came around. It always went like that. It was fine, you thought. You felt a little sad after how much time you spent today. It was always annoying. It's fine. I don't really care. Shiloh could prefer Lizzie as much as he wanted to. Close your eyes, lay it on your side, and relax. Some time passed with you like that. It felt good to take a real break. You moved onto your back with a small smile and looked at the darkening sky. The blanket of clouds reminded you of a thick throw of a oh my god of a thick throw you curled under on cold rainy days. You wondered if the clouds would be so soft. They, they lazily floated on by, splitting from each other, merging and morphing into new shapes. I'm gonna put alpaca. I feel like this is one of those choices I never pick. But whenever I looked into clouds in the sky, I never saw like fucking dolphins or a smiley face. I always see dragons. Don't know what that means. Oh, I meant to pick alpaca. Damn it. You saw a boxy car driving through the sky. You nudged Cove and pointed to it. Doesn't that look like a car? Cove joined you in gazing skywards. Not really. Damn it. Hey, he chuckled at your reaction. All the sun's light faded from the sky and the moon rose higher. Lizzie got to her feet, dusting strands of grass from her bare legs, and surveyed her surroundings. The ocean, visible from the crest of the hill, beckoned with each step sweep of the tide. God, I cannot talk or read. Let's go to the beach. Let's not. It's dark. I don't like. If you've ever been at the beach when it's dark, it's actually terrifying. You can barely see anything out there. There was no argument from the other two. Shiloh was still Shiloh, and Cole would never say no to going to the shore. He was a child of the sea. You wanted to go there too. We're too tired to argue. We're happy to do what the others did, objected to the plan. Um, I'm just say too tired to argue. It'd been a long, hot day. You weren't bothered about going there, but you would rather do that than make a scene. You stepped onto the sand for the second time that day, but it felt different at night. The beach was nearly quiet at this hour. Abandoned sandcastles and footsteps in the sand, too big to belong to any of you, were the only indication of how busy it had been only hours earlier. The four of you kicked the four of you kicked shoes off and removed socks and walked along the water's edge. The waves tickled your feet. I wonder what would happen if you tried to take a bath in the ocean with shampoo and everything. You would put shampoo in the ocean, probably killing any of the wildlife in the vicinity of the beach. Whoops, my bad. That would be bad for the fish. Yeah. It'd be bad for more than just the fish. It'd be bad for everyone. I didn't say anyone would do it. Jeez, you don't have to be so serious about everything. You're the one who asked what would happen. That is what would happen. It hurt the fish. Fishes. I like bubble baths at home. They're a lot of fun. Me too. Bubble baths are luxurious. You've never heard Lizzie use that word before. Mommy loves to have bubbles in her bath. She'll turn the lights off and have candles. I'm gonna do that next time. Hey, when is your mom coming to pick you up anyway? Not for a while. She's busy. What about your dad? How come you never talk about him? Nobody does. Uh, uh, that's a reason. There's your reason. Then you know you're not supposed to ask something like that. Why would somebody want to talk about something they never talk about? Damn. Tell them. You kept your eyes on the ground, watching your toes get swallowed by waves. Even if Shiloh never seemed upset when this topic came up, it made you feel awkward just for having both of your moms. It's okay. I'm like Lizzie and Jackie. I don't have a dad. But I don't have two moms. I just have one. She's really great. Oh, sorry. I only have one now too. My mom isn't here. She's back home. It's just my dad with me. Uh, oh, I never had a dad or anything, so I don't feel bad. It's really sad that your mom is gone. Cove nodded. Now this would seemingly imply that like maybe the mom is dead. That's what the first time I played this game I thought. But she's alive. She's fine. She just doesn't live with her son. You joke about Shiloh's mom getting together with Cove's dad. No, I don't think I will. Even if they're all different, our parents are good in their own ways. You didn't say anything. I would like to say nothing. I would love to say nothing. It's so heavy. Um, um, mm. Oh, hey. I didn't even notice this. Oh, I don't even know. Close. Uh, who's asking a lot of questions? Cove? He always be asking too many damn questions. Even if they're all, I think I'm just gonna go with if they're all different. Yeah. Cove couldn't muster a response. You don't think he truly disagreed though? Oh my god, I can't. I can't. The, the silence broke with a splash as Lizzie kicked in your direction. Cold water and sodden sand splattered against your legs. God, I can't. Why can't I talk? Lizzie giggled, foot still outstretched from the kick. Cole joined in, striking the incoming waves to make a splash of his own. Shiloh scurried out of Cole's spray zone with a grin. I'm gonna retaliate. You use your foot to smack the water pooling around you, sending an arc of sea foam flying back onto your sister. You laughed as she sputtered, some of the salty seawater having landed in her mouth. She spat it out. See, this is why I don't like I don't like the ocean that much. Um, I just don't. I don't know. Like I've had a lot of experiences with the beach, but I just don't really like the fact that the water tastes like salt and then like it's everywhere and it's ever just I'm I don't like the ocean. It makes me uncomfortable. I mean, I actually went to the beach recently, so it's not so bad that I wouldn't ever go near the beach. I just would never step too far in the water. Like I just really don't like. the water that much. And when I went to the beach, it was like fucking cold. It was cold as hell. I don't know why the water was so cold. I've never been to the beach where the water was cold. That was the first time. Or wait, no, I might be misremembering, but it's been a long time since I've been to the beach and the water was frigidly cold. Yuck. Lizzie chased you, intent on revenge. You dashed up and down the coast, taking it in turns to be the predator and the prey, as well as joining forces to take down Shiloh or Cove. Alliances were silently forged and wordlessly broken. Everything was fair game in war. Ah! Shiloh's brief exclamation was drowned out by the biggest splash yet, caused by him falling face first onto the ground. That would have been bad enough without the wave that followed, as cascading over his prone body. Shiloh sat up, shaking his head like a dog coming in from the rain, as y'all hurried over to check on him. His hair was plastered to his head, and his soaked clothes clung. If there was any part of him that was still dry, you couldn't see it. That was crazy. Are you okay? Yeah, my foot got stuck and I fell over. Your foot got stuck? What does that mean? Way to go, Shiloh, you dumbo. We can fight Lizzie. Shiloh didn't take your outstretched hand. After a moment, you dropped it. Lizzie was too busy snickering to notice and held her hand out to Shiloh, too. He reached over and took it. Slowly, he started to pull himself from the ground. Then he slipped on the slick sand, dragging him and Lizzie down just in time for another wave to hit. The water rolled over them. I know, like, exactly. It is mean. It is mean what she just did. But he still took her hand. I swear, he's just a masochist. That's the only way I can describe it because I was just so confused. This is why I don't get Shiloh as a character because, like, you try to treat him nicely and then he does stuff like that. Then he slipped on the slick sand, dragging him and Lizzie down just in time for another wave to hit. The water rolled over them. What were the odds of that happening twice in a row? You thought they must be low, but there's no way Charlotte would do something like that on purpose, then pretend it was an accident, especially not to Lizzie. Oh, is Shiloh like a hater? I don't know. Shiloh's character is really odd. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to interpret it. Even if your relationship with Shiloh felt unclear, he did at least like her a lot. Lizzie was his favorite, right? Smiling boldly, Lizzie extracted herself from the ground and wiped a streak of sand from her cheek. She didn't intend to let this embarrass her. Charlotte got up again as well, this time without incident. He still looked like a drowned puppy, but that didn't stop Cove laughing at the two of them. With that, it was time to call it a day. The four of you drudgingly, I swear I can read, drudgingly made your way back home, leaving a trail of wet footsteps and sand in your wake as damp clothes weighed the ground down. Your moms are outside, chatting to Cove's dad. We're back. Your mom's face fell as they took in the state you all were in, ranging from messy to soaked. Elizabeth, is that all that you had to say for yourself? You brought half the beach back with you. Mm-hmm. They certainly did. What's Marigold going to do when she comes to get Shiloh? Is that how you want him to be for the long drive home, cold and filthy? Shiloh fell on his own. That's what Shiloh did to himself. What was I supposed to do about that? Lizzie's expression turned sulky over the scalding. Being the oldest could be fun, but it also meant she was the first to get in trouble when something went wrong. Mr. Holden, on the other hand, chuckled as he ruffled Cove's matted hair. You've been out making friends, but damn it. You've been out making memories, Bucko. I'm glad you had a good time with your friends. Don't talk to me, Dad. I've always hated you, Dad. Cove used his slightly moist cast arm to push his dad off. Mr. Holden's eyes widened when he noticed even that had gotten wet. Now he was worried too. I think they could have found a less risky way to spend time and had just as much fun. That might be right. Kids, what can you do? Come on, Cove. Let's go get you cleaned up and dried off. We wouldn't want that cast to have to be reset. Cove winced at the thought. Okay. Dad, a boy. He really do hate his dad. You really do. Mr. Holden casually bent down and plucked Cove off the ground, ultimately holding Cove against his chest. Sam was already transferred from Cove onto him, but that didn't seem to bother Mr. Holden. That's because he's always wearing a surf outfit. Like, of course it's not going to bother him. Cove protested being carried, but only got a reassuring pat on the back for his trouble. I always hated you, Dad. Good night, Cove. Thank you for the talk, Cliff. Night, Williams family. And Shiloh, too. Well, we better do what we can to fix you guys up, too. Come on, everybody inside. Come on, everybody inside. I want you to march straight to the downstairs bathroom. Yes, Mom. I don't know how old Lizzie is. I guess she's supposed to be like, how old? 13? I don't know. Okay, Lizzie's mom. Don't worry about stopping to wipe your feet on the mat this time. That won't do much good tonight. Sitting on the old beach towel your mommy had found, you waited in the hall until you were less sandy. You weren't allowed to go in your room or walk around the house. But you did get to eat a sandwich for dinner there. It felt like an indoor picnic. It had been decided that Shiloh would wash first and borrow some of your clothes. He was already finished and packed away in his mom's car. Mrs. Fields had come to collect him a while ago. It was a bit of a funny experience seeing him without the hat for once. Lizzie, being much more soaked than you, got to go in the tub next. It wasn't a bubble bath as she had hoped. This was a no fun allowed cleanup session. At least that's what she claimed. Not much longer, and it would be your turn. When the bath was done, you'd have to go right to bed. I still don't really understand Shiloh's character. The more I think about, it, the more confused I just feel confused of how I'm supposed to interpret his character. Like, is he someone who isn't honest with himself, but then immediately like he's very passive aggressive in how he tries to get back at people? Is that why my character always seems to have like some kind of conflict with them? Like, I feel like there's so many dialogue choices that try to push me to being like jealous of the relationship that Shiloh and the sister like Lizzie has, but I don't really get why. Like, why would I be jealous of that? I don't know, because Shiloh doesn't have a route at all. Um, I just don't understand what I'm supposed to feel about that character, but uh, maybe I could look into it later. Hmm. Okay, not much longer, and it would be your turn. When the bath was done, you'd have to go right to bed. After a day like this, though, you were glad there weren't going to be any further events. Drifting off to sleep sounded like a great idea. All right, let me save. All right. I'm not sure which one should I do next. I want to try sleepover. All right, kids, we're done with dinner. Come to the table. Your stomach grumbled right on time as if it had heard your mom's words. You halted your game and looked over. Mom was almost done setting the table. She was walking around the mahogany wood in the process of putting down cutlery. Mommy was still in the kitchen, humming under her breath as she turned off the stove and put empty pots in the sink to wash. From beside you, Lizzie stirred, uncrossing her legs and standing up. She stretched her arms above her head. Finally, I'm ready to eat. Then she cast a sly glance in your direction. You recognize that look. The last one to the table is a rotten egg. I haven't. But it was too late. Lizzie had already bolted towards the kitchen. You tried to catch up with her. You stayed sitting. You yelled out to her. You threw a cushion at her. I'm gonna throw a cushion at her. Grabbing one of the cushions for the sofa, you threw it half-heartedly towards her in hopes of slowing her down. It wasn't firm enough, however, and the cushion landed with a plop on the ground instead. It was a short distance to the kitchen table. Lizzie managed to get there easily enough, slapping a hand over the wood. Mom moved just before Lizzie could bump into her. With an exasperated sigh, she resumed her work. I win again. You didn't win, because you were racing by yourself. Because you cheated. Okay, you won. You didn't bother trying to talk to her about it. I'm gonna tell her she raced herself. No, I told you we were both racing. All after the fact, you're just so slow. I wasn't racing, you know it. That sounds like something a rotten egg would say. Oh wow, Lizzie, you're gonna get the hands. Lizzie grinned, her hands on her hips, then looked over your shoulder. Cove, you can be the tiebreaker. Was that a real race that I totally won? He was in the room? Y'all gonna have to introduce him a little quicker than that. You blinked. You almost forgot about him. No, yeah, y'all literally forgot he was in the room. Like y'all didn't write that in at all. The fact that Cove preferred to keep to himself, it didn't help matters either. You spot Cove still on the floor. His legs were crossed beneath him, arms of the cast resting in his lap. He looked at the two of you with a slight frown. It felt sort of strange to see him still here so late. Tonight, Cove had come to your house for a sleepover. Your moms and his dad had planned it a few days ago. You weren't surprised. You'd overheard your moms discussing it before. You hadn't expected it when your moms told you, but you didn't mind Cove sleeping over. The idea made you uncomfortable. He was going to sleep in your room. I don't care. So, it was just for one night. Even if he's not really your friend, he isn't the worst person in the world. Cove pursed his lips at Lizzie's question, but he didn't respond. Maybe he was planning on ignoring her. Not that Lizzie would make it easy. Well, did I win or what? Cove still didn't respond. He turned away, refusing to weigh in. Lizzie glowered, but it had no effect. She crossed her arms and turned back to you. There you go. I won. Wow. She just heard what you wanted to hear. He didn't say anything. So that means it should be up to the oldest instead. You're still the rotten egg. Wow. Transformation Central over here. Literally just changed the outcome of the whole race just so she could win. Okay. That's enough. Nobody here is a loser or a rotten egg. You're each farm fresh. I'm gonna need you to stop talking. Just for a little bit. Because that was so fucking corny. Is this what happens when you turn into a parent? You just like become corny as hell? Like what the fuck? Farm fresh. Girl, please. Which is a sentence I never thought I'd say. Then why'd you say it? Why did you say it? Now listen to mom and come sit at the table for dinner. All three of you. You and Lizzie obeyed, sitting across from each other at the edge of the table. Lizzie blew a raspberry at you when Mom turned her back. Your parents bought the last of the food, and then they took seats further down the table instead of sitting right next to you and Lizzie. Only Cove was left out. He had stood up from his spot on the floor, but he hadn't waited to move towards the kitchen. Cove, you can sit too. Slowly he eyed the four seats that were left. Thanks to the new seating arrangement your parents chose, one free chair was beside you, another next to Lizzie, and the last two were the other side of where your moms were sitting. Let me say, because I know Cove is a little shit, and he's gonna say some dumb shit that's gonna piss me off. He hung his head and scuttled past you, Lizzie and your mom's. Cove went to the chair on the opposite edge of the table and sat down. It seemed being far away is what he wanted. Your mom's frowned. You shrugged it off and turned back at your plate. Not everyone was situated. Mommy began to pass out plates. That's a weird sentence I just said. Dang it, kids. I cooked a little bit of everything for dinner tonight. Oh, wait a minute. Is Cole one of those kids who can't, like, is he going to be really picky about his food? I really hope he doesn't have a tantrum. That's going to be really embarrassing for everyone here. Be sure not to avoid all the veggies. Yes, Mom. Oh, Lizzie's that child. Each person at the table served themselves except for one. Cove hesitated again. He fidgeted with his hands clamped on the top of his knees. He didn't seem very comfortable doing stuff in someone else's house. One dish seemed to have his eye, at least. That's pineapple chicken. Want to try some? No, not really. Sorry. By then, your mom had noted that Cove still had nothing on his plate as well. Do you like Not like any of the food, honey? Maybe he hadn't tried Hawaiian food before. We're in Hawaii? This is news to me. I ain't really thought about it too hard. He hasn't. Wow. Please don't talk with your mouth full of Lizzie. Ugh. Lizzie swallowed the bite she was eating, then she spoke again. You should try it now. She turned to Cove dramatically. Unless you want to shrink. That's what happens if you miss a meal. That's not true, and you know it. Yes. Cole squirmed under all the attention. He fidgeted with a fork between his fingers. I've had some things, just not any of this. I knew I should ask your dad what your favorite foods were. It's all right, Lonnie. Maybe he'll find a new favorite today. No, no, I'm pretty sure he won't. Um, no. I think it's really hard to make kids eat things that they're not comfortable with or make them break out of their shell. Enforcing that on them is probably not going to work out the way you think it will. You weren't so sure about that. Coke didn't look like he was going to be trying the food anytime soon. You let your mom's handle this. I think you would like the pineapple chicken. It's yummy. Give me your plate. You should try something new. Why do I get a choice in this? Oh no. It's so indecisive. Should I just save again? You know what? Actually, let me just load and see what the other choice would have been like. Yes. Sit next to me. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought he was gonna do. He's a little shit. I knew he was gonna pull some shit like that. No matter what I was gonna say, he was gonna sit so far away from us. Whatever. I'm not reading all that again. All right, let me save. Um, give me your plate. Cove was a little confused by your request, but he handed it to you anyway. He was ready for this to be resolved. You took the plate from him, piled on the best foods on it. He watched you work intently, his good hand shoved underneath his leg. When you were satisfied with the amount on his plate, you returned it. You should like some of these. Okay, thanks. That's very kind of you, Jackie. You flushed at the praise. At first, Cove poked at the food. Clearly, he was apprehensive to eat something new, but he took a few exploratory bites. I swear I can read. I promise you I can read. I'm very good at reading. That's all I do. It's good, huh? Isn't it? You don't have to keep asking. He still speared more meat with his fork and ate it, chewing thoughtfully. It's not bad. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Mommy grinned at his words, satisfied even though it wasn't exactly a glowing commendation. Lizzie wasn't as mollified. You're so weird. Don't be mean to your friend. We're not friends. Oh. Damn. Damn. See, I tell every time with Cole, I swear he's a little shit. Kids are horrible. Kids are horrible. This kid's a little shit. I knew it. Mommy floundered in the face of Cole's blunt honesty. It seemed strange your mommy was taken aback by the news. When had they gotten along? You didn't consider yourself to be friends with him either. As far as you were concerned, he was your neighbor and nothing else. Your mommy looked at Mom and only got a shrug. So don't call someone weird. There's no such thing as weird person and a non-weird person. That's just different perspectives. It's not a nice thing to say to someone, anyone, but Pam. Mommy tried to whisper exclusively to Mom. He attempted to make it audible. Her attempt to make it audible over the sounds of clinking silver meant you caught the quiet words anyway. They're not friends. He said so. As parents, we can only try, and sometimes we fail, and not all kids will be thick as thieves. Now less talking and more eating, kids. You need to clean up and start winding down for bed soon. But Mom... No buts. We've talked about this. Your bedtime will be moved back in a few years, but for now, you don't get to stay up late. Lizzie sulked, muttering under her breath about how it wasn't right. Why would I laugh at her phrasing? I don't get it. What was funny about it? You groan about it as well. You stay quiet and finish your meal. Why would I groan about it? I don't give a shit. I have my friend sleeping in my room with me. Well, he's not my friend, obviously, but I have no qualms about it. I'm tired. Tired of this bullshit. Ooh. It was good food, and you were pretty oh my god, content to just keep eating. That's the idea. Good job, Jackie. Everyone else get to it. I mean, just not saying anything. My answer to a lot of things is I don't care. The rest of dinner passed by uneventfully. Cove was silent for most of it, even when your moms attempted to include him in the conversation. All too soon, the table was cleared, the games in the living room were put away, and you were all steered to your bedrooms. Mom finished tucking you in and kissed your brow just as Mommy poked her head in the room. Oh, wait, did I say Mommy twice? Whoops. All ready for lights off, you two? You were lying comfortably in your bed, the blankets hiked up under your armpits. You could kick it off later if it got too hot. Mom had set up the sleeping bag on the floor for Cove, just beside your bed. He had already wiggled inside. I think so. Perfect. I'll go say goodnight to Lizzie then. Mom tweaked her nose, chuckled when you squawked in annoyance, and left. Mommy took her place, sitting on the edge of your bed. Sweet dreams, sweetie. She pressed a soft kiss on your forehead, giggled as strands of her hair fell forward and tickled you. Mommy smiled down affectionately at you, then moved her attention to Cove, who watched from his spot on the floor. Do you need anything before you fall asleep, honey? What does your dad do? Sometimes he picks me up and lifts me really high and shakes his hand like he's gonna let go, but he catches me again. What? That's for like really strong people, and we are not that guy. I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna pat you on the head, and I'm going to tell you to go to bed. He keeps doing that until sometimes he does drop me on my bed, or other times he lowers me down. We pretend like I'm crashing. I cannot do these things. What is this? Kids are heavy. I'm not doing that. Nah, I got a spine to worry about for the next day. Cove had become pretty excited when talking about the nightly ritual he and his dad shared. He seemed to realize how animated he was and bashfully quieted. But I don't want to do that here. Have fun. Though I think you're right that it might not be a good idea to do that tonight. A sleeping bag might not be a soft enough landing. No, break his back. WWE style. Smash this kid on the floor. mm. If there's anything else, you can always ask me or Jackie's other mom. But I'm the nicer one. Just don't tell her that. Oh my god. She laughed good naturedly and stood up. Sleep well, Cove. Night. Leaning against the door jamb, she rested a hand on the light switch and looked for you. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the don't let the bed bugs bite. I swear I can read. I know I keep saying that, but like I'm just struggling with these words. I'm just tripping over myself. With the last smile, Mommy turned off the lights and stepped out, closing the bedroom door behind her. You listened to her footsteps fade as she walked down the hallway. You closed your eyes and snuggled in, preparing to drift off. You started when Cole sighed deeply. You turned your head to look in his direction. In the dark, you could only see a faint outline of a lump under the covers. Cove? Hmm. Uh. What if I was like, could you be less loud? Bro! Could you be quieter, please? Stop that. What was that? What's wrong? I'm gonna say what's wrong. It's so. Oh, actually, I would kind of see what would happen if you said other things, but let's just say first. That's so funny. Um, could you be less loud? I don't know. I can't sleep. Damn, I'm beat as hell. Why not? Um, wait, let me load. Stop that. Okay. I just want to see all the different reactions you'll get. Okay. It seems like you get the same reaction every time. Nothing. I can't sleep. Why not? He shifted, or at least you thought he did. You couldn't see anything since your eyes were still adjusting to the dark, but your head, you heard his sleeping bag rustle. I want to be in my bed. Oh, well. Cole sat up. Your eyes had gotten used to the low light level, so you could see him better. He got out of the sleeping bag, wobbled towards your side table, and pulled open the top drawer. What is it? I'm getting my glasses. You sat up too, watching as he reached inside. He paused for a second and then pulled his hand out. Instead of his glasses, though, he was holding a book. Cole turned it around in his hands, trying to figure out the proper orientation for it. You knew even without reading the title which one it was. That was the one your mom would read to you. It was special. Yeah, what are you doing with that? Cole shrugged, squinting at the newly found cover in the dark. I just thought it looked cool. The compliment he afforded your special book had you grinning, your confusion forgotten. It is really cool. Oh yeah? What's it about? It's a story about a squire who wants to become a knight, and there's magic. Does it have mermaids? No, but the main character, because the squire's really brave and funny. It has cool pictures. Some of them even take up the whole page. Mommy reads it to me. She used different voices for every character. There's a dragon in it. Crazy things happen. I can't do what? I'm gonna save it again. I just want to see the different choices for this because, like, I feel like how do you make a different reaction for all of these? The thing about this game is that it's really nice, but it's like there's so many choices. I don't know how you could play this game. I mean, how did they make this game and then have so many choices? I mean, I know how you do it because I make my own, but it's still like a lot of different options. Well, I like dragons, so I'm gonna go with dragon. The squire tries to kill her because the king wants the dragon dead, so they have this fight. But the squire finds out the dragon's really nice. They decided that they don't want to fight her after all, so the two of them become friends instead. You only realize afterward that you spoke more strongly than you had meant to. Your cheeks burned. This must have been how Cove felt earlier. Thankfully, Cove didn't seem annoyed. In fact, if you didn't know any better, it seemed like he liked the explanation. Usually, Cove sported a disinterested expression on his face, or a sad one. You could probably count the number of times you've seen him smile on one hand. Right now, though, he looked excited as he flipped the book over and focused on the backside to try learning more. You were reminded of the hours you spent hearing the tales. No matter how many times you heard it or had it read to you, you were still entertained by the story and pictures inside. I can read. I'm very good at reading. That's all I did today. All I did was play Atome games. I read all of that. I just didn't have to read it out loud. It's different when you have to read it out loud. Stop being a hater. You glance out the window. The moon was high in the sky. It was definitely the time when you were supposed to be asleep. You couldn't keep staying up. You want to read the book with Cove. Yeah, I'll read the book with Cove. Wow, still a hater. Okay. You climb out of bed and padded over to your side table. You opened it, rummaged around, pushing aside stuffed toys and crayons. Cove called out to you in a confused whisper. What are you doing? Getting something we need. You let out a quiet cry of victory when you found what you were looking for. You jumped back onto the bed before any hidden boogeyman could catch you unaware. Cove continued to watch you as you wiggled your way beneath the blanket you discarded earlier. You pulled it up over your head. What's... You have to come here. Bring the book too. After a minute, the bed dipped as Cove got on it. Then the blanket shifted. You fiddled with the flashlight in your grip, feeling for the switch. Ow! 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 I can't read with Cove because I can't read. It's just this bright ass light now. Okay, thank you, character. Trying to blind me too. You hurriedly tilted the flashlight so it was shining down at the floor of your blanket cave and away from Cove's sensitive eyes. Now we can read, and my moms won't know. Do I do this all the time, or I've never tried something like this before? It's so hard to decide. I'm a crazy gal. Let's see. I want to see what the different options are. I'm not that tired, and I want to try. I want to read this again. You can't sleep, so you shrugged and have made better sense in your head at the time. Do you want to try? Cove nodded, pleased by his straightforward response. You placed the book between you and flipped it open to the first page. Oh, I guess I'm not going to try the other options. I keep saving to try the other options, but then I don't actually do it. Whatever. Meanwhile, he laid down on his belly and shuffled closer, picking up the flashlight to shine it on the pages. His face was illuminated with a warm glow. You mirrored his position, leaning in so you could see the book better. Your foreheads nearly brushed until you shuffled back a comfortable distance. You wanted You wanted the story to be narrated. You thought it was best to take turns reading the book silently. You flipped through the pages to show Cove the cool pictures. I feel like Cove would probably be better off just like reading on his own time. Let me say because like my concern is really that parents will hear you if you start narrating it. Here, you turn the book around so it was right side up for Cove. You can read a page and I'll read it, and we can keep switching like that. He nodded with a bit of hesitance. Cove tugged the book closer towards him. Then he began to read. You saw his mouth from the words written on his breath, inaudible to you. After some time, he was finished reading the first page. He took a few moments to admire the pictures covering half the page, then slid the book back to you. Your turn. You continued this way until you were a quarter way into the tale. The next time it was closer and you yawned, resting your chin atop your crossed arms. Idly you studied Cove. His eyes were following the text, a soft smile lighting up his features. A lock of his hair fell into his field of vision, but he gave it no notice. He was lost in the story. Your eyelids started to droop. When your eyes opened again, your bedroom was pitch black and silent. Your head was smushed in your pillow, your pajamas were sticking to you, and your mouth was dry. Slowly you raised yourself onto your elbows. You yawned, the back of your throat twinging as you did so. You rolled onto your side to sit up in bed, planning on getting water from the kitchen, when you saw a dark shape towered above you. What? You froze. Then you remember you weren't alone in your room tonight. Cole, thank you. Yeah. Why are you mad? Is he mad, bro? Because I fell asleep. You shifted and felt something cylindrical press against your thigh. You fumbled for it. The familiar weight of the flashlight pressed into your palm. You turned it on. Clove blinked at you, looking exhausted. He was in his normal clothes again, shoes and everything. His pajamas pants were left on the floor, abandoned. His sleeping bag was in a summer state. What is it? Can't sleep. I keep waking up. Do you have a bad dream? He shook his head from side to side. No, just can't sleep. It's weird here. You frowned. You've helped your mom redecorate it only a few months back. I like my room. It's weird to me. I want to sleep in my bed. I'm gonna go. What? That shook off the last of your doziness. He was going to walk outside back to his own house this time of night, all by himself. He noted your shocked expression and looked at you with resolve. My dad will let me in, and I'm gone outside late before, and I have to go. Oh, okay. Mm. It seems like he's gonna leave no matter what I do, so let me just. You don't have to. I would go back. It would be bad to go out now, and my moms really wouldn't like it if you're not here when they get up. It's gonna be fine. Dad can call them in the morning. Or you could tell them I went home before they got there. They won't know it was at night. Yeah, I'm not trying to get in trouble. Like that's trouble talk. You're like no way is any adult gonna be okay with that. Oh, I just let him go if I choose that option. Okay, let me see the next option. Damn, cold hearted. Oh, he actually let me tell the moms like what when you crept into their room, blah 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 blah. All right, so I didn't feel like reading all that, but basically he leaves without because the other times I played this game, I just let Cole leave by himself, where I usually follow him and I would walk back with him, but we're not close at all, which I'm fine with. Even now, you didn't have to worry if he would snore and keep you awake all night. But your eyes started getting heavy with the loud yawn. You finally got comfortable in your bed and drifted off to sleep. Next morning, you were woken up by the sounds of mom's voice and a soft shake on your shoulder. Jackie, wake up! It's time to get up and at 'em. The sun was peeking through your curtains. You rubbed at your eyes as they adjusted to the new light. Mom sat down in the bed next to you. You blinked at her for a moment, confused, until you caught the empty sleeping bag on the ground. Remember what had happened during the night. Mr. Holden came over to pick up Cove and take him home. You should have seen his hair when he turned up half asleep. It was even messier than Mom's in the morning. Mommy's in the morning, God. Ugh. She chuckled at the thought. You could tell she was trying to make you feel better about the whole situation, so you smiled back at her. Thank you for letting us know that Cove wasn't feeling good, Jackie. That was a nice thing to do. He nodded in agreement, and Mom went on to say that maybe once Cove started to feel more comfortable, that he could try and sleep over again sometime. You shrugged the idea off, not particularly caring if that happened anytime soon or not. You could have told your parents. They should have tried to do this in the first place. Of course, it wouldn't end well. The next time you saw Cove and Miss Owen, they both apologized for Cove having left so suddenly. You assured them that it was okay. In the end, the two of you and your parents were eventually able to move past the ill-fated sleepover. It all been a learning experience, according to the adults. You could accept that. There were definitely things you learned from it. Ugh. Oh, okay. I can't read anymore. Um. All right. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.